On this edition of Performance TV, we'll set the stage for a full lockdown, show you an easy way to give your diesel a boost and a lot more zip. And when it comes to our special bike project, we won't settle for stock pedals.
Welcome to Performance TV. On this week's show, we have a 66 Chevelle with a big block 427. The owner has put a set of headers on, but a problem he has, the header bolts keep coming loose. We have Robert from Stage 8 Locking Fasteners with Kathy, and he's got a solution to this problem.
Yeah, Robert, if this gentleman just would have started off with a Stage 8 Locking Fasteners, we wouldn't be here right now, but we're going to fix him up, do it the first time, and do it right. What makes the Stage 8 Fasteners so much different?
Well, they're active mechanical locking fasteners. But before we get into that, let's talk about headers for just a second. Today's header companies are experts at exhaust flow. You're getting a real high quality product. It's an easy way to bolt on horsepower. A lot of guys are doing it on their everyday driving vehicles, which is great. I have headers on my car. But the bolts that come with your brand new fancy headers are going to be regular non-locking bolts. Exactly.
Right.
And notice the top of the bolt here. Those 3 marks indicate that this is a grade 5 bolt. This bolt will in fact stretch as it heats and cools. All of Stage 8's bolts are grade 8, so they will not stretch on you.
Wow, so you've got 2 things going for you. So the first thing we're going to do once we're getting ready to put the headers on our vehicle is we're going to take the bolts that come with them and we're going to do that with them to start with, because we don't want to have to mess with them more than once. We're going to get our Stage 8 locking fasteners, and Robert, show us how they work.
Absolutely. This is a Stage 8 bolt, and the first thing you'll notice is there's a groove in the top of the bolt here. So what happens is the bolt goes in and gets torqued to spec. The locking retainer goes over the head of the bolt right up against the tube of the header. It works just like a little box wrench. It's like keeping your box end wrench on the bolt. Then you put a snap ring in the groove to hold it in place.
You know something else I see that you guys have thought of that's pretty cool? Sometimes when you're getting back in some of the little teeny tiny places on putting these headers on, man, you're going to make it a lot easier to get in there and start doing some pre-tightening.
That's right. This is what we call a double hex head here. So you can use a 3/16 ball Allen to spin in those hard to reach ones, and then of course just torque it from the outside.
And torque it once.
Torque it once, torque it right. That's it. You know, if you have a friend that drives a car that's installed with headers and he drives it daily, just ask him. You do not want to use the bolts that come with the headers. Do it right the first time. You won't be changing gaskets down the road and you won't be losing the horsepower. You just bolt it on.
Exactly, and we're going to get this guy all hooked up.
All right, how's it coming, Tommy?
I'm ready to put the bolts in. I left a few of the ones in the front to hold the header in place so it didn't fall, but I took the ones out of the back. So let's get started putting the Stage 8 locking fasteners in the back. It's pretty simple. It's the same. I took a bolt out and I put a bolt in, right?
Yep, that's all you got to do.
You know, at first glance, when I look at the Stage 8 locking fasteners, I think, you know, that looks like it's going to be a lot more work or take a lot of extra time, but it's actually a pretty simple design, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you. It will take slightly longer than installing standard bolts. The time savings really comes when you don't have to change that header gasket in about 4 months.
Yeah, you do it once, take a little extra time, and then you're done. All right, I got it tight. Now let's put a torque on that.
All right, you got that set to 25 foot-pounds?
25.
Perfect.
Then we torque these. They will never move, right? Right
That's
there.
it.
Okay.
All right, now what we'll do is we'll put the locking retainer on. And that fits just like that. This fit right the first time, but just so everybody knows, you can turn it over and get a different position. They're offset 3.5 degrees, just like a box end wrench.
Right, so you don't have to keep turning the bolt or whatever. You can just keep moving that a little bit, flip it over.
That's it.
It'll line up with the header tube.
Yeah. Now all we have to do is get the clip on. One of the easiest ways to do that is just set your clip right in the groove like that. Grab a regular screwdriver, and you can just push that sucker right on. Just like that. And it should move freely when it's installed properly.
Right, but it won't allow the bolt to back out because we're up against the header tube with the locking mechanism.
That's it. And what we're doing is we're preventing even the first degree of counter rotation. You know, it only takes 5 degrees of counter rotation to lose 50% of your clamp value.
Well, that's not going to move at all.
That's not going to move at all.
Okay, well, Robert, now you guys have it all done right the first time for this gentleman. You want to find out about all the different applications you can use Stage 8 for, just go to their website, stage8.com, for Stage 8 locking fasteners. We'll have more coming up next on Performance TV.
This edition of Performance TV, presented by ARP, is being brought to you by ARP, the world leader in fastener technology. Steel Rubber, quality crafted rubber parts and weather stripping. B&M Racing and Performance, quality performance products that work. Flowmaster, the exhaust technology company. And by Locar, quality plain and simple.
Welcome back to Performance TV. Well, just a moment ago, we went ahead and got this gentleman's 66 Chevelle all taken care of with the header bolts. We don't have to worry about those coming out anymore because they're all hooked up with Stage 8 locking fasteners. But Robert, we end up having the same problem back here with the collectors. We've got the heat cycle, the cold, the hot, everything going on. You guys have special stuff just for this to take care of it.
We do. Just like the header bolts with the groove in the top of the bolt, we add one extra piece of hardware called a threaded tab. With the threaded tab, it'll go on the back of the bolt, it'll flip around and hit the tube on the back, so you only have to wrench one side, which is kind of nice. Once we get it installed, I'll show you how it locks.
Okay, well, and not every set of collectors is going to be the same, so you have all different size length of bolts as well.
Up to 3 inches if necessary for a collector, and if you have a special system that needs a longer bolt, we've got you covered. Just give us a phone call.
All right. Show me how these go in there, Robert.
All right, so your bolt will go in just like that. Your threaded tube or threaded tab goes on the back here. There we go. Now we're ready for a wrench.
Okay.
Can I borrow that? Well, here, let me use that socket. Will that fit on there? You don't even have to hold it. Watch,
it's gonna work its way around.
Just flips right around to the back and snug that up just like that.
Yep, just flipped right around and it's right up against the side back here on our pipe.
Yeah, and we'll show you from the back side, the only way it can rotate is to tighten itself. And now let's lock the bolt itself. Just like this. Whoops, let's see if we can get just a hair closer.
So we got a double-sided system here.
There we go. That's going to hit that bead right there.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed how this has a tab on the side compared to this little edge.
Yeah, that doesn't really signify anything. That's just how these retainers happen to come, and it helps us sort them out in the shop so we know what's what. Okay, there you go.
We do this once, we're done. We're not going to have to worry about these things falling off from the heat cycles or anything like that.
That's it. That's in, and that's done for sure.
Okay, let's get some of these other ones. Come on out of there.
Here, I'll take those from you.
All right. Okay, Robert, we got the old one out. I'm going to stick this one in, and we really want to point out to the folks that there's only one way this is going.
Yes, and you can actually install this with just one wrench, which is what we're going to do.
Okay.
There you go.
And hold that on there.
You can let go of that.
Make sure we're going the right direction.
Okay, let go and let it spin.
There it goes.
Yeah, keep going. You're doing just fine.
Yeah, it can only tighten down.
Yeah, this will only tighten itself, and that's what locks the back half of this.
Wow. Now we're going to go ahead and get our other...
Put our retainer on the front there.
Yep, and our clip.
Let me see, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, right? So
I think that's the way it goes, yeah.
This is going up there just like that to prevent that bolt from rotating. And our clip goes right in here. My special clip installation tool. There you go.
And there we have it, and that is not going anywhere. And just one wrench to install these. Makes it nice and easy, and we're going to do it one time, and it's done. You can find out about all the different Stage 8 locking fastener applications. Just hop on their website at stage8.com. We'll have more coming up on Performance TV. Man, that was nice and easy.
Yeah, it works nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. This week's industry update, Tommy, we have a set of wheels here from Ride Right that we're going to be installing on our project bike that we're helping to raise funds for the veteran service organization that we're working with. These are really cool, kind of a throwback.
Yeah, I like these. All the wheels in the market today are made out of billet. Every wheel you see for a motorcycle is made out of billet. Only thing billet on these wheels is the hub, made out of 6061 aluminum. It's got stainless steel spokes in it with an outer steel rim made by Spinworks. Everything here is made in the USA. Even the metals, Alcoa and Kaiser, everything here is made in the USA.
Well, and once they assemble this wheel in their plant in California, it's a real true wheel. I mean, so you're going to have a good ride. It's within 10 thousandths on their tolerance.
Quality.
And what we see here with the silicone, we don't have to worry about any tubes in these
Tube
tires.
or tubeless.
Yes.
It comes complete with the rotors, everything you need to put them on your bike.
Yep, so if you have anti-lock brakes or not on your motorcycle, they can hook you up, and probably other colors too.
I'm sure they got lots of other colors. We're going with black.
They were going with black on our bike, but you want to check out their website, you can do so. It's right there on the bottom of your screen and find out a whole lot more about Ride Right Wheels. And that's this week's Industry Update.
This edition of Performance TV, presented by ARP, is being brought to you by Kuryakyn. Tell us what you ride and we'll show you what we've got. Stage 8, the world's best locking fastener. Precision Turbo, a leader in turbocharger technology for street and race applications. Jiffy Tight, global leader for innovative quick connect solutions. And by ARP, the world leader in fastener technology.
Welcome back to Performance TV. A few episodes ago, we had a Harley, and the folks at Kuryakyn helped us outfit it with the perfect storm kit. It was an air cleaner, exhaust, the fuel injection module, and some saddlebag extensions. But Kathy, this Harley here from Black Wolf Harley, it's going to be a special one. Tell me why.
Well, it's going to be special because it's going to help us raise some money for some very important special folks. And anything that this bike makes over its stock cost, thanks to the folks at Kuryakyn coming in, we're going to load this thing up and hopefully make a lot of money for a very special veteran service organization.
This is going to be a bike that you can't resist. It's going to have a lot of trick things from Kuryakyn. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, you think it looks good now? We're about to get started on this puppy. Brian from Kuryakyn, you guys have brought all kinds of great stuff they're going to be adding to this bike. And we're going to start this week with one particular line. Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, this is our Kinetic line. And it's really, really great product line. What it does is it blends the comfort of soft rubber with the look of chrome.
Okay.
And so you kind of get the best of both worlds. And we have everything from grips, floorboard inserts, mini floorboards, foot pegs, highway pegs, brake pedal pads. It's a whole complete series. You can choose the products you want, or you can do the whole thing like we're going to do on this bike.
Yes, we're going to do the whole thing. We're going to start off with getting Tommy the handle grip right here, and let's get started.
I'm ready. I'm excited about this project.
All right, there you go.
Get busy yourself.
Go ahead and get, I'm going to start off with my pedals here. Move this around over to the side. Come on over.
These are fairly easy things to put on the bike. Not a lot of work. It's going to jazz it up, give it a better ride, better feel, plus it's going to look good.
Absolutely. You can do it right in your garage. Simple hand tools, nothing special about it. So,
I like the Kuryakyn product line. It's everything looks nice, has a purpose, quality stuff, easy to install.
Our goal is to make it as easy as possible so that anybody can do it.
He said anybody, Kathy.
Anybody? I could do mine better if you weren't in my way.
Brian, what's the tricks to getting these off?
Well, it's fairly simple. So you just loosen up what you have there.
2 bolts here,
Yep.
loosen this bracket here.
And the nice thing on these new bikes is they're throttle by wire, no cables anymore.
Oh, perfect.
So we get this loose, and this thing's just going to slide right off there.
So you pull these back.
Yep.
I'll pull them back. You want to slide it out. Just like
that.
All
That's
right.
it.
Grab this grip, on it goes, right?
Yep. And then we'll just line it up where we want it.
And
Slide it
also
right
got a
into
little
place.
extension over here you saw.
Yeah, now that's called our throttle boss. And what that's going to do is just kind of take a little bit of pressure off your hands so you don't have to hold the grip so much when you're cruising on them, and really makes for a comfortable ride.
Cool. All right, you want to slide it in there for me?
Yep. That's it.
Right there?
Yep. And
Perfect.
just lock it down.
All right, I can do that.
Okay, well next we're going to add the Longhorn highway peg down here, and this is going to make a big difference for folks. A lot more comfort, be able to kind of adjust it all different directions. So that way you can have your foot down here, a little bit up here, however you want to ride. Okay.
That was pretty simple to pop the new grip on, put the bolts back in, and then I'm going to install the, what do you call it, throttle?
Throttle boss.
Throttle
Yep.
boss. I like the word throttle boss. All right, throttle boss.
That's it. There's
All
the
right.
tool for
Pretty
it.
simple, one bolt right here.
One bolt, that's it.
Loosen that, and that goes right on the end.
Yep.
All right.
Swap that with this one right here.
Give you the old one.
All right.
You kind of position it anywhere you want too, can't you?
Yep, it's fully adjustable anywhere you want it.
All right, let's get this popped out. I'm gonna hand that to you,
All right.
Brian. And our new one, go ahead and set a little rubber in here for a little isolation. Right down in there. And get it started.
Let me give you a little hand here, Kathy. I got my grip done.
Okay.
I'm going to replace the brake pedal pad. It's pretty neat that Kuryakyn, we're gonna unify. That's the stock factory one, but we want to make it all the footboards, the highway pegs, and the brake pedal pad all match.
Hey, yes, everything matches, and this is just one of the, what, like 20 different sets that you guys have of all kinds of matching stuff?
We have a huge variety of foot pegs that you can choose from.
Yeah,
All right.
that's not the only style you have.
Go
Correct.
ahead. We're going to get this stuck in here. Well, we've got all the comfort stuff done, Tommy. Next week when we come back, we're going to have all of the lighting that we're really going to light this bike up. More from Kuryakyn, and that's coming up next time here on Performance TV. Want to hand me the bolt that goes in here?
Yeah.